This is gonna be the end though. After I finish this, like, that's it. Wow, that's depressing. I will have nothing. All right, well, let's get to it. I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, Garrett Graham. Besties, listen, I'm at peak existence right now. I am living my best life at this exact moment, and let me tell you why. It is August 24th, and I just received an ARC of the Legacy. An ARC, in case you don't know, is just an advanced reader's copy. I'm crying. El Kennedy's team was kind enough to send this to me. Thank you. I'm obsessed. There's even a little, like, note in it that says, Larissa, thank you so much for supporting this series. Hope you enjoy the Legacy L. I will enjoy it. So, you know what we're gonna do tonight? We're gonna read this together. So this is being filmed on August 24th, but it's only gonna be posted after the book is out, so September 21st. If you haven't, you should watch all of my other off-campus videos before you watch this one. Why not? We're gonna read this together as besties tonight. We're gonna have an amazing time. I am so excited. I'm honestly crying just thinking about it. In the back it says, 4 stories, 4 couples, 3 years of a real life after graduation, a wedding, a proposal, an elopement, and a surprise pregnancy. Can you guess which couple's which? Let me try to guess which couple's which before I get into the book. Maybe I'll be right and it'll be fun, or maybe I'll be wrong and it'll still be fun. I'm thinking a wedding, a proposal, an elopement, and a surprise pregnancy. A surprise pregnancy, Garrett and Hannah. An elopement, Logan and Grace. A proposal, Dean and Allie. And a wedding, Tucker and Sabrina. That's my final guess. And I'm not gonna think about it too much because the more I think about it, the more I'm gonna second guess myself. I'm hoping there will be novellas for Briar U as well, eventually. That would be great. So this is about the 4 couples from off campus, y'all. Not the couples from Briar U. However, I heard that some people from Briar U make an appearance here. If it's Jay Connolly, I will throw up of excitement. It is 8 p.m. and I am like dressed in like going out clothes. So obviously we have to get comfortable. Obviously we have to make coffee and then we can start. Shall we? Good idea? All right. Hello, I'm back. I've changed into pajamas with some cozy socks. I'm gonna make a quick espresso to get the senses going, you know? And then we'll start. First of all, before anything happens, look at my cute espresso cups. Come on, come on. Give it up for the cup. All right, anyway. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I also have miniature spoons because to go along with the miniature espresso cups, obviously. Senses are ready to be tingled. Start this, besties. 8:16 p.m. on August 24th. We shall see how I'm doing at the end of this. What do you mean the pact? Logan. I have now figured out the first part is Logan and Grace. They're the first novella. Okay. So page 3, these like finance guys are playing the game of like, can they get this girl's number at some cafe? And Logan's sitting and listening to them. And now Logan just said, can I play? And they're playing for money. And they're like, you can't afford it. And Logan sets this wallet down and he's like, try me. And I'm like, okay, Mr. Hotshot. And now he's pointing at a girl and he's saying, what are my chances with a girl like her? I'm thinking that he's talking about Grace. I'm so excited to see them interact. You guys. I'm really unwell. This book is gonna actually destroy me. Okay, they're discussing this girl sitting on the counter with her legs crossed, wearing black suede ankle boots and like looking beautiful. And Logan saying she's cute as hell. And he upped his game. He said, $200 says I can get her to stick her tongue down my throat in less than 5 minutes. It better be Grace. I was like a little concerned for a second. I was like, wait. I know damn well it is. They're trying to fool me because Logan, I trust him. As you can tell, I finished my espresso. This book's gonna actually destroy me. Like actually, especially because my baby, my favorite, Garrett, I feel like he's gonna be last because he was first in the deal. Anyway, yo, it was Grace. I was right, but they were role playing. They had researched the place before and decided to go role play there. My sweet little innocent Grace, not so innocent anymore. Yes. Bad bitch. I love this energy. Anyways, I don't need to win some stupid bet. I'm already the luckiest man in the bar. Shot to the heart. You're to blame. You give love a John name. Nope, I don't like that. As soon as I said it, I didn't like it. Seeing Grace and Logan together all these years after, I am so pleased. Like, I might actually cry. You guys. I'm so excited. excited. How am I going to survive the rest of this book if I've literally read one chapter and it has undone me? Also, for those of you wondering the timeline of this, it's 3 years of real life after graduation, after off-campus graduation. I'm assuming they're around 24, in case you were wondering. There's that information. Logan says, Grace and I have had numerous conversations about what will happen when we get married. When, not if, because come on now, we're endgame and we both know it. Yes! Damn right. First of all, I'm very pleased with this Christmas time. Like, I love that they showed us Logan and Grace on Christmas being super cute and amazing. But the doll, can we talk about the doll? Now it's a tradition that they all like sneak Alexander into each other's houses. That is so funny and wholesome at the same time. It's like the sisterhood of the traveling antique doll. I love it. How come a creepy doll makes me this happy? That says a lot about who I am as a person. I can't stop picturing Dean thinking it's a good idea to give a baby an antique haunted doll. What? Dean De Laurentiis, y'all. They don't make him like this no more. Well, they don't make them like this in general because he's fictional. I have mixed feelings about this, right? Because I want to finish it immediately because I want to read about all the characters. But at the same time, I want it to never end because once this is over, what will I do? Like, I'll have absolutely nothing left. Wow, that's depressing. I'm trying to take it slow, but at the same time finish tonight, but at the same time savor it. So I've been rereading certain parts. I'm still in Logan and Grace because I have in fact read the Christmas part 3 times. Okay, so I'm on chapter 4, and the more that I'm reading Logan and Grace's section, the more that I'm thinking I was right about them, and they are the elopement, because they've been talking about the fact that they are super good when they're together, but the time apart is tough, and that they really just want to get married. So I'm thinking that at least one of my guesses was right, because one of them was that Logan and Grace would be the elopement. So, ladies and gentlemen, Garrett Graham. It's page 24, and we've got our first Garrett sighting. A wild Garrett is out and about having drinks with Logan. I'm so happy. Is this what crack feels like? I feel like this is what drugs may feel like. I'm not sure, but if it is, I understand why people do it. No, that's not what I meant to say. I don't really know what I meant to say. I meant to say nothing. Ignore me. I'm delusional. Yo. Oh my God. I'm on page 25. And then Garrett and Logan are talking about who they're going to ship Alexander to next. And Logan just said, I was thinking maybe a wedding gift for Tuck. Our best friend Tucker's finally marrying his baby mama this spring. I was right about 2? Are you joking? I'm good at this. I should find a way to make this my job. Well, that doesn't even make any sense. I'm just guessing things. Oh my God. I'm laughing. But how dare she? This lady literally just broke into John Logan's hotel room and handcuffed herself to the bed naked. Excuse me, miss? Miss ma'am, I'm gonna need you to pack your bags and skedaddle. If your name is not Grace Ivers, I don't want it. I forget they're famous now. Sabrina, Hannah, Allie, and Grace having a girls group chat brings my heart so much joy. And Hannah sent the article in the group chat, and Sabrina goes, I think the more important question is, what are Hannah and Grace gonna do now that we know their boyfriends are secretly banging in elevators? And Hannah says, I feel so betrayed. And Grace says, for real, they've been slipping together this whole time and haven't even let us watch. I'm having way too much fun. I think this may be the best day of my life. You guys, so they're talking about the girls breaking, how fans break into their hotel rooms, like One Direction style. And Hannah's saying that it's happened to Garrett like 3 times. And then she goes to say that it's not terrible. And then she says, Shane Lukov's wife said they're almost at a baker's dozen. And for some reason, I saw the word Lukov and I was thinking instantly Ivan Lukov from the book From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata, one of my favorites. And I almost died, but then I remembered it's not the same author, so it's definitely not the same character. I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, Lukov. I know him, my ice skating legend. If you haven't read From Lukov with Love, you should. That's besides the point. Oh my gosh, I almost got pink lipstick in my book. That cannot happen. Also, let me say something. This book smells really good. This book smells like hockey players and happiness. I'm unwell. Listen to this. First of all, he comes in and he says, "Hey, gorgeous." I will never get over him calling her gorgeous. I think my favorite, like what I'm most excited about in all of these books is hearing their nicknames for each other again, because she just called him Johnny and my heart skipped a beat. I told you a long time ago, you're it for me, Grace Elizabeth. I'm going to marry you one day. He did tell her that. I remember the mistake. Garrett, Logan, Tux, and Dean's group chat is called Best Buds Forever. That's so cute. Well, this took a turn. So Grace and Logan are going for a weekend getaway in Vermont, and they just got hit with a blizzard while they're driving to the Airbnb. And now something flies through the car. It's just snow. And he says fuck and steers. And then the next thing I know, the Mercedes is barreling towards the slope at the shoulder. What does that mean? All I know about cars is they go vroom vroom. That's it. So let me search this up. Hold up. I need to know exactly what happened to this vehicle. Did it like drive off a cliff? Am I supposed to cry right now? What's happening? Hold on. The shoulder of the road is the breakdown lane, an emergency lane. Oh, okay. I did not know that was the shoulder of the road. Now I know. The way this is phrased, I thought they died or something. Like, this says, "Hang on," I shout, while knuckling the wheel as we fly off the road. I'm like, what do you mean fly off the road? I expected like, you know that meme? The one that just goes and it just flies completely out. That's what I was picturing. But instead it's just them flying to the emergency side. Sorry, I don't know car lingo. I literally had to search that up. That's so embarrassing for me. They're spending their New Year's Eve at the bottom of a slope that they drove down in the middle of a blizzard with no signal, not a lot of phone battery, no food or anything, just them in the Mercedes waiting for roadside assistance. Why does this seem so Logan and Grace though? Like, why do I actually enjoy that so much? Chapter 9 of Logan and Grace, y'all. And them counting down New Year's in the car in the middle of the blizzard by themselves is so amazing to me. And especially how excited John, I don't call him John, that's weird, Logan. Especially how excited Logan is about New Year's. So he's like, "Ready, babe?" And she goes, "Sure, but we don't have to yell." And he goes, 10. She's like, "Oh, brother." He goes, 9. And then she says, "And because I love this guy with all my heart, I make him happy and scream right along with him." And then they kiss for New Year's. It's just so wholesome and I'm so happy. Yo. My college freshman self fell hard for John Logan and he hasn't left my system since. These parts are so funny. They're stuck in the middle of the blizzard still. The tow truck is supposed to be there in 6 hours, and it's been 5.5. And Grace decides it's time to make a pact. And he goes, "A pact for what?" And she goes, "If we're dealing with a starvation situation after we die, the person who's still alive has to eat the dead one." And Logan's idiotic self says, "You want us to eat each other?" She goes, "Well, not each other. One of us will do it." Like, obviously the other one's dead. You're not just gonna munch on each other. Now it's been 6 hours. And Grace goes, "Okay, it's obviously been 14 hours now." I love how dramatic she is, because in this situation, I would be like that too. I would be like, "So we're dead, basically. No use in even fighting it anymore, really." I always thought if I was in a life or death situation, I just wouldn't even have it in me to fight, because I'm just like, bruh. Like those people that stay in the ocean, like for days, stranded, waiting for somebody to come save them. I've seen stories like that, and I just think I would give up. Is life even that worth it, that you're gonna fight that hard? I don't think I have it in me. And then at 3:46, she goes, "The tow truck still isn't here. They're almost an hour late, and I fear for our lives. Who knows? Maybe they'll never show up. We might be trapped here forever. Our bodies will be found years later, and..." And then Logan goes, "Oh, would you cut it out?" Grabs the phone and addresses the camera. "We're not gonna die. We're just fine." She was making a vlog. I pictured it like this. Ready? "The tow truck still isn't here. They're almost an hour late, and I fear for our lives. Who knows? They might never show up." I am starting chapter 10 of Logan and Grace, the final chapter. I'll let you know how I'm doing after. I feel like I won't be doing well. I already want to cry. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm strong, and I can do this. Listen, just finished. I'm on part 2 now, the proposal. I'm so happy. I thought I was strong. I'm definitely not. But now we know for future reference. Their little part ended with them agreeing to just always focus on them and that nothing else is important if they're struggling. And then it ends with them walking into the Airbnb and figuring out that the guy that owns the Airbnb is a pastor. So Logan says, so just out of curiosity, my grin widens. Do you do weddings? So they were the elopement. Oh my god. So my first prediction was right. Elopement, Grace and Logan. Then my second prediction was right because we found out wedding, Tucker and Sabrina. So now let's just see if my final 2 are right. I'm going to find out right now whenever I open this next page because proposal, I had Allie and Dean. And then I had baby for Garrett and Hannah. So let's see. Hold on. I'm going to let you see this in real time. Dean! Yes! Wait, does that mean I got all the guesses right? Shut the front door. Shut yourself up. No way. Shut your mouth. Oh my god, you guys. I'm just a genius. Like, actually. Okay, so we're about to start Allie and Dean's. Yeah, leave me alone. I'll be back in a sec. The way this already started tugging at my heartstrings. Please watch Dean. He's practicing how he's gonna propose to Allie. Allie, where do I even start? Bottom line, you're incredible. From the day we met, I knew we were meant to be. Okay, well, no. You had a boyfriend and when we met, and I was a man whore. But from the day that we hooked up, shit, no. It was a one-night stand. And you were ashamed and didn't speak to me for the days after. I take a deep breath and regroup. From the day that you took me back after we broke up because I was an asshole and got high and missed your play. Nope. Also terrible. He's practicing to Garrett and Logan. Oh my god. Wait, you know what I just thought was so cute? This is a little side note. The chapters having little hearts like that, 4 hearts for the 4 couples. That's adorable. That's a nice touch. Nice touch. Whoever did that, good shit. Good job. The guys trying to give Dean advice as he's practiced proposing to them is so funny. Like he's getting down on one knee in front of Garrett and he says, Allie, look into my eyes. He orders. I clench my teeth and look into his gray eyes. Stop squinting. I open my eyes wide. Logan snickers. Dude, you look like you're possessed. You need to blink. He's in the middle of his proposal. He says, Allie, you're the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. And Logan says, ain't that the truth? I am so content. Did I mention that already? Okay, just mentioning it again. Oh, wait, you guys. Logan hasn't, you're not even focused. Hello? Oh, you're focused now. Oh, but you're brighter than my future. What the fuck? Hold up. There you go. Okay, Logan hasn't told the guys about him and Grace eloping yet. What? Dean. Dean always makes me laugh, honestly. I love this man with my entire heart. Every time he talks, the words are incredible. Like, look at this. What's wild to me is the fact that G and Logan are teammates again. They played in college together for 4 years. They went their separate ways for 2, only for Logan to wind up playing in Boston on the same line as Garrett. Talk about serendipity. I think. I always use that word incorrectly. He's practicing on Logan now, and he says, I love you so much. You changed my entire life. You make my world better. And then Logan says, sex here. And he says, every time I'm with you, my heart feels like it's going to explode. And so does my dick. From the corner of my eye, I see Garrett shake with laughter. Logan says, more physical contact. Every time I look at you, I can't even fathom how you're mine. Your beauty is otherworldly. It makes me want to rip your clothes off. And then there's a brief silence. He says, baby, will you marry me? And then there's silence. And then Logan says, chills. Genuine chills. Look, that's the one. And Garrett says, that is not the one. Don't fucking say any of that. This is the greatest thing I've ever read. What surprise do they have for Tuck? Interesting. We know that Logan and Garrett are like each other's best friends. And then we know Dean and Tuck are each other's best friends, right? So I'm assuming that Dean is his best man and that Garrett and Logan are his... Oh wait, you can only have one best man. Don't you have somebody else standing up there? I want to see a Dean speech at this wedding. I wonder what surprise they're planning for Tuck, because he's saying right now, thanks for helping with Tuck's surprise. I can't believe it's worked out. And then Garrett says Tuck's gonna freak out. And then they say, let the wedding weekend commence. The wedding weekend. You guys, page 84. I kiss her, breathe her in, strawberries and roses. TBT to the score when he was at her dad's house and he found out that her scent was strawberries and roses that had made for her. It's almost pathetic how much I love this girl. Dean Hayward De Laurentiis, y'all. No words. He just called her baby doll again, and I'm living. I love hearing their nicknames. I can't. Wait, he needs to call her Alley Cat. If he doesn't call her Alley Cat, I'm upset. They're getting to Tuck's surprise, and Tuck's like, we shouldn't have rented a limo for 4 people because it's so expensive. And then Garrett says, chill, we didn't pay for it. I asked the franchise and they arranged it. You just asked for a limo and they gave you one? Logan snorts. Do you know who this guy is? He jerks a thumb at Garrett. That's Garrett Graham, dude. That's right. As you should. That's right. Bow down to the king. He'll always be my favorite. Listen, I didn't think it was a good idea for Dean to propose to Allie at Tuck's wedding because why would you steal that moment, you know, propose somewhere else that's about Sabrina and Tuck. But the way Tuck just like shot it down is so funny. She said you were floating around the idea of proposing to Allie at the wedding tomorrow. I think that's a great idea, you know? And think about how many doors this opens for us. All your great achievements we could share together. When you and Allie get married, we'll be there to announce our second child. When you share Allie's pregnancy, we'll be there announcing a new house. When Allie gives birth to your first kid, guess who will be there? Me again, to introduce you to our new dog. Who I'll name after your baby to honor you. And then Dean goes, I get it, all right? I get it. He goes, do you, De Laurentiis? Because if you upset Sabrina tomorrow by asking Allie to marry you, I will be there. I will always be there at every corner, ruining every important moment of your life until the day you die. I didn't think it was a good idea either, but the way Tuck just phrased that. Okay, they're about to walk into Tuck's surprise, and I want to read it exactly with you guys because I have no idea what it is, and I'm very excited. Also, they just mentioned Jake Connolly, and I'm in heaven. Our former teammates from Briar. No, are they all there? Hunter, Fitzy. Oh my god. Oh, Fitzy says, someone monopolizes all my time. Dean says, hey, I warned you she was high maintenance. And Fitzy says, worth it. Yay. Guys, they're in TD Garden with, like, Garrett got them in. And all the old Briar U players are there. Like, Nate, Birdie, everybody. Hunter. I love Hunter. This is such a good surprise. Like, it's a perfect surprise for Tuck. Follows my gate. Look at the lockers, I urged Tucker. He notices the lockers are filled with equipment. Most guys are sharing a locker, but Tucker has his own, and every single one has a custom jersey hanging inside with our names in the back. That was Summer's doing. She designed the jerseys. Wait, are they gonna play hockey? Wait. I'm gonna cry this whole book. And they're all going to the wedding. They're gonna play in TD Garden where the Bruins play. The entire Old Briars hockey team are gonna play at TD Garden where the Bruins play. Like, listen. I did not care for hockey before I started this series, but now I would say I'm a hockey connoisseur. Now I would say I love hockey. So this is a big deal, according to me. I'm obsessed with the fact that Garrett and Logan got the rink for them to play in, and I'm obsessed with the fact that Dean flew out all these guys, is paying for their hotel, their flights, everything, so they can stay for the weekend for Tuck. In other words, I'm obsessed. All the guys have different nicknames for Jamie. Y'all, Garrett calls her Gumdrop, Logan calls her Squirt, and Dean calls her Princess. Dean's is my favorite, obviously. Calling a little girl Princess is just a yes. Logan, Garrett, and Dean, each having nicknames, gives me very much Full House vibes of Uncle Jesse, Danny Tanner, and then Joey. Squirt gives me very much Danny Tanner vibes. Gumdrop gives me very much Joey vibes. And then Princess, Uncle Jesse all the way. And I just think that's so perfect for the three of them. I don't know why I compare that to Full House. My brain, it works in mysterious ways. Elon Musk got nothing on this brain. Wait. Hannah looks a bit pale, and then Allie says, you okay? And she says, I'm fine, just a bit queasy. Do I hear pregnancy? I heard queasy. You're pregnant. You're queasy, you're pregnant. I don't care. You've never had sex, I don't care, you're pregnant. I have officially moved locations. I am now on my desk. I now have some Kinder Bueno mini chocolates. I'm honestly living my best life right now. Hold on, let me eat one, actually. So, here's my thing. Here's my issue. I'm on page 103. They are at the tea party for Sabrina. And first of all, I missed Summer, my queen. I absolutely adore her. She's like upset that Fitz hasn't proposed to her yet, but they're only 22 and that's what they told her. And she's like, yeah, but what if he doesn't think that I'm his forever? Without anybody responding, she just says, okay, that's just crazy. Of course I'm his forever. Jeez. I love that she has conversations with herself. She's my soulmate. That's not what I was going to say though. I'm on page 103. And basically, Allie is just saying that she's not ready for any of these steps. And now I'm a little bit scared because Dean's planning on proposing and she's not ready. And now I'm just like scared now, y'all. I'm very scared. Sabrina and Tuck just walked in after their reception. So they did an alone wedding, just him and her and his mom, which I love because the idea of standing in front of like hundreds of people and confessing your feelings for somebody, I don't love that. So basically they have a huge ceremony after their private vow exchange thing, which I'm hoping they're going to show in the next part because they skipped it here. And they walk into the reception and Dean was like, that'll be us one day. You might want to hold off on it. I mean, it'll probably take you a while to convince my dad. And he says, her dad? He didn't realize he had to ask for her dad's blessing. Dean, my guy, I didn't take you to be a fool. You should know this. He says, Hunter and I still text all the time, so I'm up to date on his life. I've met his girlfriend, Demi, who couldn't make it tonight, but I know they're moving in together, sharing a house with his teammate, Connor, and Connor's girlfriend. I love recalling my babies. Still though, nobody has mentioned Jake and Bree, which is upsetting. They've mentioned Jake, but not Jake and Bree, and I need to know. I need to know how they're doing. This is so important to me. Oh my God. Allie just walked in on Logan calling Grace Mrs. Logan. Grace essentially says what happened, and then Allie says that it's the most romantic thing she's ever heard. So see, I think she's ready. I just think she's not ready for the wedding and the kids. I think she's just ready for the engagement. But for some reason, she's clumping it all together as one step, even though it's 3 separate steps, you know? Also, Hannah was in the stall throwing up, aka pregnant, and she says that she's gonna take a pregnancy test, but essentially they cannot tell anyone. So Allie has to keep both secrets from Dean. She said, this is my worst nightmare. Dean just went to go ask Allie's dad for permission, like for his blessing. And he gets there, he like has this whole speech prepared, and then her dad goes, oh no, man, is that it? Today is the day. We both know I'm gonna say yes, okay? So do it already. You didn't even let him ask. My pretty boy really going all out and getting her father's blessing. Why does it not surprise me at all that Dean got the biggest ring he could find? The biggest, shiniest ring. That just makes so much sense for him and for Allie. You know, she loves to have that and he loves to give that. They're so perfect. If she says no, I'm gonna die. If she says no, like, I will just close this book and I will just put it away and I will not read it anymore, any longer. I will unalive myself like this because come on, we cannot have that happen. Okay, let me read these last 2 chapters and we'll see what happens. He has finally called her Alley Cat for the first time in this whole entire thing. Page 126. He literally got all her favorite pastas in an amazing fancy dinner at the penthouse and they're all dressed up and she has no idea what's going on. She thinks it's for Cinco de Mayo. Bitch, y'all don't even celebrate Cinco de Mayo. I'm so scared she's gonna say no. Like, I'm so scared. But also I'm so happy Dean is taking this step. Like, I'm so proud of him. She said no. Well, she didn't say no per se. He never asked, but she didn't let him ask. So you're telling me if I put out this box that's in my pocket and I ask you to marry me, you're gonna say no? And she says, I would say maybe. I don't know, Dean. And he goes, I can't believe you just said that. And he's like so upset. What? I wanted to propose to my girlfriend tonight and she doesn't want to hear it, so fuck this. And he gets up and leaves. And she's just left there. This chapter ends literally with, I sit there staring at Dean's empty chair and wonder what the hell just happened. Y'all, is there only 10 chapters in this? Because this is the last chapter and this is not going as I planned. Okay, things are not looking good. I am not happy right now. What is happening? Allie, I'm so mad at you. I cannot believe she said no to this man. Who in their right mind? I like that theirs is not the easy route. I like that it's gonna be a little tough to get there because that makes sense for who they are. However, with that being said, Allie better say yes right now. If I'm being honest, I don't even know why Allie is saying no. Like, has she given an actual reason? She hasn't explained it. She's been trying, and every time she tries to explain it, she says it comes, I'm trying to air quote, but I can't because I'm holding the book, but there you go. It comes out wrong. So like, Does she have a reason? Most peculiar. She's telling her coworkers that she's in a fight with her boyfriend. And this guy says, no, the golden god. The golden god. Why does that perfectly describe Dean? Is he words on a paper? Yes. Is he also the hottest man I've ever seen? Yes. Have I ever actually seen him? No, because he is words on said paper. If a proposal makes Dean feel more secure on our relationship ladder, and if I already know I'm going to marry that man one day, then what the hell is wrong with me? I'm saying, bitch, I'm saying. You know you're wrong when Hannah doesn't even agree with you and that's your best friend. Oh my god. It's happening. I am on chapter 11, but chapter 10 ends with her texting Dean because she basically understood that she was wrong. And she goes, where are you? And he doesn't reply. And then she says, I'm worried. And he says, all good here, because he doesn't let her worry because he is a golden god. Anyways, so she asks like where he is. And he says that he's at the Azure. I don't know. Her friend Elijah, his family owns that hotel, like that tower. So she says, I need to ask for a huge favor. 5 pages of this proposal. I cannot breathe. You know what's so funny? Hannah being on Dean's side and Garrett being on Allie's side. Because Garrett just says to Dean, so just to recap, she told you multiple times she wasn't ready for an engagement. Yeah, Dean says. And you absorbed that information and you were like, huh, I guess I should propose then. Honestly, points are being made. Regardless though, I want that engagement. I absolutely love how they're both seeing each other's point of view. Did Allie just walk into Logan's room and he's naked? What the fuck? We both jump when a male shout echoes beyond Logan's door. It's quickly followed by a female shriek, a very familiar shriek. Logan, was that my girlfriend? This entire thing is fabulous. This entire thing is amazing. Allie walking in to Logan's room expecting Dean to be there, and then Logan walking out of the shower. And he says, how did you even get in here? How do they keep getting in here? She's doing it, you guys. She's doing it. Ready? First of all, Dean saying she's honestly my favorite person in the whole world. I love you, Dean. I'm 100% yours. And until we have that wedding, which I know Summer and your mom will turn into a gigantic production, every time we meet somebody new, I want to introduce you and be able to say, this is the man I'm going to marry. I want to marry you one day. Until that day, I want to be engaged to you. So with that said, will you, Dean Sebastian Kendrick Hayward De Laurentiis, be my fiance? Oh my gosh. And he says, of course I will, if you'll have me. She says, I'll always have you. I'm like jittery. I think it's all the coffee I drank. He says, fuck, I wish they had the ring on me, but it's at home. She goes, is it big? He says, huge. How huge? Massive. Even your dad was impressed. You showed your dick to my father? And that's when Garrett and Logan fall into the room. You guys were eavesdropping? Garrett says, you're in my room. And I'm just nosy, Logan says. Good call bringing up the dick at the end. I told you, every proposal needs a dash of sexy. The ring's ginormous, it'll break your finger. And Allie says, you know me well. The stupid doll. What is his name? Enrique? Alexander. Literally, Dean and Allie are having an amazing romantic time after just getting fucking engaged. They're laying in bed the next morning when there's a delivery at the door. And he goes to fucking get it. Box from Logan and Grace. And it says, congratulations on the engagement. The 3 of us are so proud of you. And it's the fucking Alexander doll. The sisterhood. Oh, not even the sisterhood. It's the brotherhood. The brotherhood of the traveling antique doll. Oh no. Allie just spilled the beans. He says, I can't fucking believe Logan would do this to us after we complimented his dick. And she says, we? He says, oh, like you weren't impressed too. She says, fine, I was. Mrs. Logan is a lucky woman. I'm not in agreement. A very lucky. I stop abruptly. Wait, what? No, she broke the news. Oh, in part 3. Part 3, you guys. Part 3. Wait, part 3, the honeymoon. Hello, y'all. I'm back. I have made a sandwich. I have ate said sandwich, and now I'm ready to proceed. So it's the honeymoon, Sabrina and Tuck, which makes so much sense because the wedding happened in Dean and Allie's thing. And let's see. I'm so excited. I love them. I love them. They're very underrated. I love them. They're going, where are they going? To Dean's vacation house for 10 days. She's like, Sabrina has just graduated law school, my queen, while juggling being a mom and a wife. She graduated law school. I love this woman so much. If you don't like Sabrina James, excuse me? An emergency landing. Oh, no, 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 no. I cannot believe I'm reading this right now. What do you mean it's just descending? Like it's just shedding altitude. It's just falling from the fucking sky? What do you mean? Why? Tucker puts his hands over mine and we both grip to our armrests and brace for impact. Oh my god. Okay. The next chapter literally starts with, we don't die. Well, that's great. Sabrina drawing up a will, literally with just the one pad and paper on the plane after they almost died, while Tuck just eats cookies. Just sits well with me. It just makes sense. He's so laid back and she's so extremely not laid back. It just works. I look crazy. Excuse me? What else is gonna go wrong in their honeymoon? I'm confused. They almost died in a plane crash. But then this chapter 3, and with her saying like, hell of a honeymoon story to tell, huh? Like them almost dying. And then he essentially says, tomorrow will be better. Couldn't get much worse, right? But when a character says that, things get much worse. Listen to me, Dean De Laurentiis. You cannot bring up Beau. I am not okay still. I have not recovered. Don't you dare do this to me. I prefer not to talk about it. Not ready to talk about Beau yet. Moving on. Did Dean fucking send Alexander to their honeymoon? I love that everybody's getting Alexander at such a big moment in their lives. Wait, they really got rid of Alexander? I loved him. Okay, I didn't, but like I grew attached and I don't like that he was taken away from me. Wait, they threw Alexander in the Caribbean Ocean. Like actually. So Hannah and Garrett are not gonna get Alexander? Why does that upset me? Alexander, hello? Not them mentioning TikTok in this. Something popped out of the water. Wait, what? What did pop out of the water? Oh my god. I swear to god. It's gonna be a fucking jellyfish. Are you joking? Tuck and Sabrina can never have anything easy. They try to go on a honeymoon and their plane almost crashes. They get to the hotel room. They see Alexander. And now he's gonna get stung by a jellyfish. Can't they just have a nice time? Sabrina just really asked a random man to pee on Tuck. But then apparently it's a myth. Why did I think it wasn't a myth? I saw it on Friends, so I thought it was real. I kind of want to know. Where's my phone? Is peeing on jellyfish stings a myth? Let's see. By what you may have heard, the idea of peeing on a jellyfish sting to ease the pain is just a myth. Yeah. Oh my god. Apparently jellyfish tentacles have stinging cells called nematocysts that contain venom. Oh my god. So it's a myth, you guys. Friends was wrong. Never thought I'd see the day. Sabrina not wanting to go into the ocean is perfectly understandable. I am a big fan of staying away from the ocean as well. I am terrified of the ocean. Most of it has not been discovered yet. What is out there? We don't know. No. Grace and Logan's wedding just got outed by the hockey blog thing. She literally, oh, secret wedding scandal. Make sure you're sitting down, ladies and gents, because we have news. We are sad to inform you that our very own John Logan is off the market. Dun 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 dun. Wow. I can't believe they got outed. They aren't really famous. I keep forgetting that. Our sources have confirmed that JL has indeed married his longtime girlfriend. And not only that, but the sneaky man did it months ago. Like we're talking winter time. The nerve of him. Hannah is for real pregnant. It's confirmed. I'm unsure if Alexander is going to come back. And this is very important to me and very dear to my heart. But I feel like he might not. Did a coconut just fall on her head? What is happening in this honeymoon? But seriously, I'm concerned. Did a coconut fall on her head? Answer the question. Now they both just got sunburnt to shit. You guys, what is happening? Alexander. Of course, they have a fight in this trip because what else can go wrong? I spoke too soon because Tuck's just been arrested. What the fuck? What the fuck? She just walked in and the instant he sees her, he just grabs onto the bars and he says, Sabrina, I swear, like about to defend himself. And she's like, babe, I know, like, don't worry. She's a lawyer. She's about to get him out of this. I'm Sabrina getting offered a job to work in Manhattan at the perfect law firm that won't require too much time, but it's still work that she likes. And Tucker getting offered to get a business off the ground, gyms, like a bunch of gyms, which is right up his alley as well. And they'd be able to move to New York. So they'd be in a new place. It'd be exciting. And they can be next to Dean and Allie. I'm such a fan. They better go. I finished novella number 3. Now I'm at the final one, Garrett and Hannah. I'm not ready. Look at my masterpiece. Wow, she's so beautiful. First POV starts off Hannah, how we did with the deal. When I get to Garrett's POV, I might just slither away and die. She still hasn't told him that she's pregnant, by the way, and they're at some award show for the AHL. And he's winning the Goal of the Year award. So I'm assuming we're gonna see Connolly now because he would be here, right? God. Also, I do indeed have a waffle. In case you're wondering, it is divine. Ew, his dad's there at this award. Blech. Garrett getting angry at Logan for getting married without him. I feel that. I feel that. Because I also feel the same way. Garrett was supposed to be the best man. Is everybody ready for this? Yeah. Garrett's POV. Hi, hello. Garrett says, Hannah Wells is my rock. I'm not one to brag. Okay, fine. I'm absolutely one to brag. But I'm pretty sure Wellesley and I have the healthiest relationship of any couple ever. After 4 years together, it's undeniable. We're simply the best. Honestly, I see no lies. No lies were told. This is it, y'all. This is it. I see Jake Connolly's name. Oh my god. Oh my god. Aw, damn, who let these dirtbags in here? We glanced over in time to see Jake Connolly squeeze through the crowd and saunter toward us. Just in time, Logan drains his beer and tries handing the empty to Jake. Run along and get me a refill, will you, Rook? Yeah, I would. Connolly holds up his Rookie of the Year award and his own beer bottle. Hands are kind of full. I love this man with my entire heart. Oh my god, Jake Connolly. I don't know what it is. Off campus for me is Garrett Graham. Where are you is Jake Connolly. I personally don't get it. I mean, he's a good looking dude for sure, but has Wellesley seen who she's dating? But Wellesley, honestly, I feel you, girl. Garrett Graham, yes. Jake Connolly, though, also yes. They just asked about it. That's so funny. Is it bad to say that seeing Connolly talking to Garrett just is my favorite scene in this entire book? Is that bad? I love their group text, and I love that they're showing it to us. When did they get so funny? They've always been funny, but they got funnier somehow. Also, I will never get over Garrett being able to guess all of Logan's little acronyms that make zero fucking sense. The Legacy's a show. I definitely thought that the Legacy was gonna be like, because Garrett's gonna have a kid, so he's the Legacy. Oh no, no, no. I've had enough of Phil Graham. I've had enough. I've had enough. No, this is unacceptable. I'm a little delirious. It is 4:30 in the morning. My hand's scared to have this baby because Garrett's away so much. I mean, it makes sense. As soon as she tells Garrett, it's gonna be like, he's gonna be so supportive. I already know. I expect nothing less. If he's not supportive about this right away, I'm gonna be very shocked. He just said it's shit like this that makes me not want to have kids, you know? That's so awkward. Not him really having to do this fucking show with his dad. Oh my god, that's so annoying. I'm so tired of Phil Graham, y'all. And then now he walks into his room, and there's obviously a woman there. Excuse me, what? And he says, I can't. I just fucking can't. And walks out. And he texts Hannah and tells her what happened. She's the single thing in my life I don't have to stress about. We're just good, always, no matter what. When everything else feels out of control, this woman grounds me. And then he says, I mean, if you want to be a little jealous, that's cool too. And she goes, oh, I'll cut a bitch. They don't want to try me. It's times like this I remember why I fell so hopelessly hard for this girl. I love them so much. What do you mean, spotting? Now she's on her way to the hospital, so clearly something is wrong. And she just left Garrett a voicemail. She says, Garrett, hey, I'm sorry to do this, but I need you to come home. I really didn't want to tell you this over the phone, but you're filming. But you're filming and I'm not sure when you'll be home, and I'm sort of freaking out here, so I'm just gonna say it. I'm pregnant. He goes, she's what? I nearly dropped the phone as shock slams into me. Oh my god. What? I'm pregnant and I'm bleeding and I think something's wrong. I need you to take me to the hospital. I don't want to go alone. He literally leaves instantly. Thank God. Hold on. Be right back while I read this, because what the fuck? It was normal. Thank God. But now she had to tell Garrett through fucking voicemail. And he's mad, understandably so. Anyway, I'm on chapter 10. Him freaking out about this baby is me as fuck. How the hell am I going to keep this kid alive? Who in their right mind would trust me with a living thing entirely dependent on me for its survival? How do they just let people have these things? I failed the written portion of my first driver's test, for fuck's sake. That's true. I think it was in Rick and Morty that I saw this, that they just said that parenting is just kids having kids. And like, if that's not fucking right, like, it's just people who pretend to be grown up having children and then just keep pretending until it's just over. Like, what? Imagine having a baby and you have to take care of it. I can barely take care of myself. It's 5 in the morning and I'm still up. and I just ate waffles. Yeah, that's just crazy. I feel you, Garrett. That's just wild. Garrett calling Logan to ask for advice and to say that Hannah's pregnant, and Logan answering with, "Hey G, good timing. I just got back from the craziest lunch with Grace and her mom. Josie took us to this cafe near the Eiffel Tower where all the waitstaff were, not shitting you here, goddamn mimes. Can you imagine a worse nightmare scenario?" And then Garrett says, "Hannah's pregnant." Actually, though, I mean, G just said that Logan's story was a bad story. That's a damn good story. I would love to hear somebody tell me about a waiting staff that's all mimes. That does sound like a horrible fucking nightmare. Just imagine, like, what do they just go, that was supposed to be miming. It wasn't good though. Logan talking some sense into him just is amazing. Logan really is a hit or miss with advice, but he's always there. You know what I mean? Even if he's making jokes, he's there and he lightens the mood, and then he actually gives you good advice. He essentially just said you can't be yelling at pregnant ladies, which, and you're right, she's growing a whole ass baby in her belly. The baby that's gonna have your last name. So the least you could do is not yell at her, okay? With that being said, Logan talked some sense into him, and then he looked at the paper that Hannah was writing, and it was Reed Realty, which is like a realtor place apparently, and he thinks that she's gonna move out. He's an absolute fool. Yo. He went to the studio to make sure that she didn't leave. And she was like, "What are you talking about? Move out. I was never planning on moving out." And he was like freaking out, ready to fight for them. Perfectly Garrett Graham style. He says, "Are we having this baby?" And she says, "I mean, if you're into it." And he says, "Yes, babe, I've spent all night staring at the sonogram, and sometime around 3 in the morning, it dawned on me. I can't imagine not raising this kid with you." They're having a baby. I don't even think I like kids. I'm gonna like this kid though. Okay, so now we know that Tuck and Sabrina did in fact take the Manhattan jobs. As they should. She says, "I was thinking we should get married." And he says, "Oh yeah? It's pretty hard not to throw my OJ glass on the floor, drop kick Hannah's mug out of her hand, and maul her. Yeah, I could be into it. Cool. You want me to get you a ring? Obviously. Don't make it as big as Allie. I'm not a psycho." That's it? That's our proposal? That ending? Are you joking? There's an epilogue. Let's read the epilogue. Not this epilogue starting with Sabrina and Tuck giving them freaking Alexander. I forgot about Alexander. And they gave them another doll. Cassandra. Twins. Fucking twins. They're having a baby boy and a baby girl. And Garrett already got a jersey that says Graham in the back. You guys, congratulations, you're having twins. Twins? Like two? Two. I only bought one jersey. Can you tell one of the sexes? It's still a bit early, but from what I can see, yes, I believe we can tell. You're having a baby boy and a baby girl. The end. I can't believe it's over. It's 5 in the morning, by the way, and I can't believe it's over. I feel empty. I am unwell. Talk to you tomorrow. Good morning, Shoddy Base. I filmed my thoughts the next day, like I said I was going to, and I don't know where that footage went. So now it's a couple days later, and I'm here to just give you the rundown of what I thought. Overall, I rated it 4 stars. I originally had rated it 5 stars right after I finished, but now that it's been a couple days, I'm changing it to 4 because I've had time to marinate and really think about it. But let me tell you my exact thoughts of what I liked and what I disliked. So I'm going to go through each specific novella in order and give you my thoughts, starting up with Logan and Grace. I loved that theirs was a Christmas novella. I thought it was so cute. I thought it was so Logan and Grace. It made perfect sense. It had the banter, it had comedy, it had their sweet girl next door, boy next door love. I loved it. I hear that it's the same as their Christmas story. I've never read their Christmas stories, so that wasn't an issue for me. Like, it was a surprise to me because I hadn't read that. I love that they showed their little playful romantic side. I loved that theirs was the elopement. It makes perfect sense. I think their conflict wasn't a conflict that was too much. It was just like, oh, we miss each other when we're not around each other, which is a great conflict to have. So I thought that was perfect. I loved them. I loved their novella. I thought theirs was great. Then going on to Allie and Dean. Now this one I have mixed feelings about. I loved their part in general, but I hated that they weren't on the same page. I loved going back into Dean's mind because he's so funny, and I loved reading his point of view. It's always amazing. He is such a character, but I hated that they were not on the same page. I hated that she said no to his proposal. Like, I wish there was less conflict in theirs. Like, I wish the conflict was different. You know what I mean? If you had to put a conflict in there, I wish it was different. I wish it wasn't like, oh, I want to marry you, but you don't want to marry me kind of thing. Especially since he like set up this whole night and he had told everybody he was going to do it, and then it's just like embarrassing. And I hate the humiliation trope. I hate the saying no trope. No, I don't fuck with that. I like that in the end, she understood what he needed and she proposed to him. That part was very cute. Her proposal to him was adorable. But at the same time, I feel like it's so out of character for Dean to let her propose to him. I feel like he always likes to do things for her, and he would have, you know, he should have been the one to do it, even though I never mind the trope of like the woman proposing to the guy. That's fine. I have no problems with that. I just feel like that's very out of character for Dean and Allie. I feel like their conflict was too much, but at the same time, they are very drama based. Like, they love the drama. They've both said that before. So I feel like that storyline does make sense for them, but I don't know. I'm very conflicted by theirs. Like I said, I liked it overall, but I wish the conflict was different. Now, Tuck and Sabrina is where it really went down to a 4-star for me. I did not care for their part as much as I wish I would have, because Tuck and Sabrina are one of my favorite couples. Like, I absolutely adored them, and I feel like they're so underrated, and then I feel like their part just did not do them justice. Once again, I wish they didn't get the conflict they got, because I feel like the goal was so full of conflict. Like, that individual book had so much conflict already. That was the entire thing. So I feel like now I would have just liked to see them be happy and them be in love and Sabrina really be all in for Tuck. That's what I would have liked to see. And I didn't like that their honeymoon was like from hell, you know? Even though they did make the best of it at the end, I still wish that it wouldn't have been that way. I also would have liked to see more of their wedding. Like, I would have liked to see their vows and all that, and then also a honeymoon. That would have been cool to see. And in the honeymoon, I wish it was just them, not those two other characters that I did not care for at all. Even though those characters did get them the jobs in New York, that part I loved. I loved that they're moving to New York and they're going to be close to Dean and Allie, and they're getting new jobs, and they're really going to be happy. I'm happy about that. But I just wish that their part was done better. I feel like they were done very wrong in this, and that's mainly the reason why this is a 4-star for me. Now, lastly, G and Hannah killed it. Absolutely adored it. I loved their part. I'm a sucker for Hannah and Garrett. You guys know that. But their part was amazing. However, I do wish that I would have gotten Hannah telling Garrett that she was pregnant in a different way rather than just a phone call that led to that huge fight. I loved him going to the recording studio after her because, you know, G is such a comedian, and obviously he thought she was leaving instantly even though she wasn't, and he went after her, and that's very Garrett. I loved seeing that. Obviously loved the twins twist. Loved that. I did not care to see any more of Garrett's dad, I will say. I would have liked for him to just not be in the part at all. Like, for them to just not have him in his life and let that shit just go, because that was already a big conflict in the deal. So either I would have liked to just have that closed super quick or have that not be there at all. Like, I thought the legacy was supposed to be about Garrett and Hannah's twins, but then it was like the show with his dad, which I was like, why? So I'm taking it as it's still about the twins. The legacy is Garrett and Hannah's kids. That's how I'm gonna take it. I don't care if that's not how it's meant to be. That's how I'm gonna take it. But other than that, I did love their part. They are my favorite couple, so, you know, obviously. So let me finish off by saying that I did enjoy this very much, but there were definitely parts that I disliked greatly. I liked that each couple had a conflict to go through. It showed that they really do choose each other every day, and that's what love is choosing each other every day, even when stuff is hard. But since this is like 4 small novellas, I would have rather just see fluff and romance and happiness, like without the conflicts, you know, since we already got the conflicts in their books and that's what they were there for. I would have liked to just see where they're at now, super happy. This definitely would have been a full 5-star for me if it was just pure bliss. That's what I wanted. They already went through all the conflict, you know what I mean? So why more? And my favorite parts were definitely the ones of all of them together. Those parts were amazing. Those parts I could reread until the end of time. All the comedy, like Dean practicing the proposal with them, all of them at the wedding, all of them playing hockey together at TD. That was one of my favorite parts. Them seeing Connolly, like all of it was amazing when they were together. I feel like if the book would have been a little bit longer, we could have seen way more parts of them together. We could have seen more details that would have made this much better. Like if we would have gotten to see Grace and Logan's actual elopement, and if we would have gotten to see Sabrina and Tuck's vows, and Dean and Allie post-proposal, Garrett and Hannah actually having the baby, or her being pregnant for a while and him taking care of her in that way. I would have loved to see those parts. Also, Like the guys giving speeches at Tuck's wedding would have been amazing. More moments of just all of them being happy together and the huge found family that they are would have really killed it, would have really made this a 5-star. That's what I was missing. And I definitely enjoyed it, but I think it was one of those books that the more you think about it, the more you can find things wrong with it. So I would just read it once and enjoy it for what it is and then kind of just move on. Lastly, I have to end this with, I did love Alexander. And the novellas for me in order from favorite to least favorite would definitely be Garrett and Hannah, then Allie and Dean, Logan and Grace, and then Tuck and Sabrina for sure. Allie and Dean and Logan and Grace can interchange. I feel like there were just a lot of parts in Allie and Dean's that I did love a little more than Logan and Grace's, but they can interchange. I liked them both the same. Anyways, with that being said, besties, go read it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you agree with what I said here. Let me know if you disagree. Let me know everything you're thinking. Love you, besties. Have a great day.